Clintess and welcome to a brand new episode of The Real World of the Clintess. Now, as you can see behind me, I am in heaven, literally in heaven. I am here with my crew and two special friends of mine in Gudja at the Malta Chocolate Factory. We're going to be pairing some stuff, some wine and chocolate, beer and chocolate, obviously for my producer, my dear producer Taz. And we will get to see what these two special friends of mine, I'm not gonna say their name just yet, what they have been up to since obviously our last encounter. So enjoy the rest of the episode.
It's the first time it's been this.
I have been super busy getting our affairs in order for moving. We bought the house last week. So with the keys in my hand, I felt accomplished. I feel like a grown up.
Guys, as you can see, if you have recognized my special guests, they are Bernice and Acne. They are Bernice. You first saw her during one of my episodes, A Day with the Clintess, and then you saw her obviously for my Womanity campaign of this year, along with Acne. Why is she wearing a crown, you may say? Because she just won Grandma of the Year. I mean, look at you, you're amazing.
Thank you so much.
A great body.
I am.
Keep it up, because,
And I'm so proud of it.
because there are certain people, and this, I mean, that's what I tell my mother. Go to your hair and kind of have a little bit of blush or something.
For some people it means grandma means
It's not. A grandma is representing that woman that maybe was abused, maybe got hurt, maybe she felt not as beautiful as she is, and we say, look, here we are, how strong we are, how elegant we are, and how beautiful we are, with just a little bit of makeup, with your hair, and you don't have to spend a lot of money to be nice, you just mix and match, and you will be beautiful, you know. We have to feel beautiful according to the age we are. So, yes, I'm very proud, and I'm wearing this with most responsibility. The thing is, I wish to see more grandmas participating in these contests. Because all women are beautiful, or grandmas are beautiful in their own way. Yes, I really was excited. First of all, you really pushed me through this. You were saying,
I mean,
you've got this, got this. Bernie's from the other side. Oh my goodness.
When you posted that photo, no offense to the other models.
All of them
No,
were beautiful.
everyone. But-
There was a
but
competition. Because I
you
didn't
had
know what
something.
the judges, they were looking for.
for exactly.
There was one very...
Remember one thing what I
Much
told
older
you?
than me.
You have something. Forget about the physique. You have something that's very important. The
Charisma,
face.
that's what it is.
If
Yes,
you-
from the first time that I met her, yes, that's what she said. We fell in love with each other immediately,
Yes,
you know, the way you speak,
Welcome
the way
everybody.
you talk.
Thank you.
Welcome to Malta Chocolate Factory. My name is Neil. I'm the owner of the Malta Chocolate Factory. It's been running now for 3 years in Malta. And this is Veronica, who is our events coordinator. And she is a sommelier in her own right, so she knows a lot about wine. So today we're going to do a wine and chocolate pairing, and also a beer and chocolate pairing for someone who doesn't drink wine. And we're going to just talk about how wine is made, how chocolate is made, how we compare the two together. And we're going to be tasting a lot of them. Now, one of the things when I set out, because you can hear my Maltese accent is not very strong. So when I set out to open up the Malta Chocolate Factory, one of the things I wanted to do was to showcase Maltese products and to showcase Maltese abilities. So we have some great chefs, Maltese chefs who have helped with us making all the chocolate. All of the chocolates are made here, handmade. So we make over 60 products and they're all handmade here. And the wines that we use in the showcase are all Maltese-made wine, and 2 of the wines are actually indigenous grapes to Malta, and we're proud to talk about that and how we compare that with chocolate and how it all works. So how it's going to work today, because Veronica is our sommelier and is brilliant, she's going to do most of the talking about the wine and the chocolate. I'll interject at the complete wrong time. And then I'll also talk a little bit about the beer after we do one round of wine. We'll also do the beers at that stage and talk about that as well. So I'm going to hand you over to Veronica.
Yes, before we start to talk, I think let's start to drink. And while we are drinking, we can just have a conversation about what we are trying. All right, because it's really hot and we are. All right, that's great. So the first wine we are going to present is called the Girgentina Frizzante. Girgentina Frizzante, so I'm guessing you are all Maltese, so you know exactly it comes from Malta and is an indigenous grape which is growing just in Malta. Now, in the past, while I'm talking, I'm pouring, okay? So in the past, the Girgentina was used just as a blend, okay? So they were just mixing with other grapes, like for example the Chardonnay. But lately, the Delicata could figure it out to come with a single grape, just to make unique, okay? And typical from Malta. Why they didn't make a single grape before? Because Girgentina has a beautiful taste, okay? And it has on your nose, it's like an explosion of center, but doesn't have a lot of body, okay? So the Delicata winery was very smart and it made it frizzante. So frizzante in Italian, because I'm Italian myself, frizzante means like sparkling, okay? So they made interested the wine, so they combine the beautiful center of the Girgentina combined with the bubble. And this is very easy to drink and also dangerous. Because you can drink as a juice. Now, usually chocolate doesn't like cold, okay? But it's not going to happen. I'm going to serve warm wine. It's not good. So I need a little bit of help from you. What does it mean? He's looking after that. So what does it mean? I'm going to pour the wine, and then you have a sip of the wine. Then the chocolate I'm telling you to bite. But don't swallow straight away all the chocolate, okay? You need to bite a little bit and then keep in your mouth, okay? Just leave all the chocolate spread around and give like a warm it up of the mouth. And then you can have another sip of the wine. And you will figure it out how the chocolate is just merging in your mouth perfectly. And all the flavor, they are just like a perfect marriage. Okay?
Excited.
All right, guys?
Yes.
You've been waiting for this. Which one?
We are going to try the Girgentina Frizzante with the lemon. Okay? The lemon is the first one, like the colorful one. No, the white and green and yellow. Yes. Yes, and then we will go clockwise.
All right.
Then for you, my dear, I would like you to try just the fruit and nuts, which is this one.
This one?
Yes, this one.
I have to have my
Okay, a sip of the wine, and then the bite of the chocolate. Don't forget to keep the chocolate more in your mouth, all right?
Which chocolate is it? This one, yes?
Yes. So,
Okay. Now, talking about vegan and this kind of wine. As a sommelier, I cannot tell you it's the best combination ever, okay? Because I'll give you all dark chocolate. Usually dark chocolate doesn't combine with wine. But we will tell you, while we are talking, you will understand why I'm saying that. Now, the very important thing I want, did you like it? Now, what happened chemically? I want to tell what happened chemically in your mouth. As soon as you drink the wine, the salivation starts to raise on the back of your here, no?
yes.
Okay? So you drink the wine and then all the salivation starts to raise. Then you bite the chocolate and you keep the chocolate in your mouth. Long, okay? And all of a sudden, somehow, the salivation goes backwards, okay? And it's creating a balance. Does it happen?
With the dark chocolate from the vegan option. With the dark chocolate, actually, the burst of the bitterness of the chocolate was smoothed out, actually. It felt really pleasant. The sharpness from the wine in the beginning really helped accentuate with the chocolate.
This is another explanation. Yes, it's another explanation. This is a different explanation. It's not, yes, but that is for another reason, not for the same reason I was talking before. Because the dark chocolate contains tannin, but that I'm going to talk later with the red wine, okay? And how many times did you hear, oh, champagne goes very well with strawberry?
Many times.
Many
Huh?
times.
I mean, it's like the norm.
You know, Valentine's Day is like, hello.
This is the worst combination ever. Do you want to ruin a very beautiful bottle of champagne?
So if a handsome guy comes with champagne and roses and strawberries, I get a kick up.
He doesn't know what
Like
he's
he doesn't
talking
know,
about.
he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay? You
Send
just,
them
you
to
know,
me.
Now, of
point,
course,
point down, point down. Like, you see why? Because like usually white wine, prosecco, champagne has like high acidity. We call freshness. Okay? So they are like they have the things they're going like to get your salivation raised on the back. Okay? This is the freshness. So you have saliva in your mouth already as soon as you drink the champagne or prosecco or very fresh white wine. Then what you do? You put the strawberry, which is also acid. Okay, a lot of salivation. So it doesn't match.
So
Doesn't
what's the
make.
best combination for champagne?
Aha! What is would be in your opinion?
Chocolate.
No.
I mean, wine, I guess.
With
No,
champagne?
with champagne?
No, with champagne.
Cheese.
Food wine.
Chocolate truffles.
Meat.
So, right? Good cheese and
And
Nuts
nuts.
and
truffles.
cheese.
Chocolate truffles with champagne.
Nuts.
No. Something really, really fat.
Bacon.
Foie gras,
Okay.
pâté, or mortadella. You know the mortadella with the.
Yes.
Or chips, like the chips like from McDonald's, you know, like they are very
Don't
fried,
chips
fried.
next.
Dom Perignon and
Which is kind of saturated, you know, like close to the.
So that's like
I heard
It's
some
like,
times.
but
high-end
sounds like a
high-end chips.
a little bit nice. Or mortadella, but why? Because
listen,
they are really,
a good chip
really
has a very,
fat.
very, very
I
straight
don't
road
eat
to
a
my
lot of
heart.
chips. What next? We have a very amazing
Productive
project
day.
and a productive week.
So we might allow
So I
ourselves.
told my mom, after it's all done, I am going to have chips. So I will make sure I have champagne.
Right, at least you know something to combine with.
Yes.
So of course we also have beer, and we do beer and chocolate. And so we're going to start off for our cameraman who just drinks beer. This is a Weissbier, and this one is from Germany. And Weissbier is made from, so all beer is made from a grain. And what they do with the grain is they take the grain and they put it in hot but not boiling water, and then mash the grain up. And it's actually called the mash. And when they mash the grain up, after a period of time, all the sugars come out of the grains, and then they remove that liquid that has come from that, which is called wort, W-O-R-T. They remove that liquid from all of the seed and the grain that's been used, and then they add. They then start the fermentation process by adding yeast, and by mashing the grain, what they do are breaking the sugars and allowing an enzyme to break the sugars out of the grain. And just like wine, beer needs the sugars for the yeast to eat it. So wine and beer are made very similarly. We get the sugars available. With the grape it's a lot easier because the sugars are already in the grape when we squeeze it. With this we have to break it out in the first place by mashing it. But once we have done that, we then take that liquid, we add yeast to it, and we let the yeast eat the sugars. And there's a byproduct. When a yeast eats sugars, it has three byproducts basically. One of them is it converts the sugar into alcohol. So it's the yeast that turns it into alcohol. It also creates carbon dioxide as a byproduct. Sometimes that carbon dioxide is captured in the event. If you have good champagne is carbonated by the yeast as it's doing its job. This is carbonated by carbon dioxide, as is most beer. Most beer is carbonated by carbon dioxide. And they also produce heat. The other byproduct is heat. And the thing about making good beer or good wine is making sure that you keep the heat at the exact right temperature that yeast loves to be able to keep eating. If you make it too hot, the yeast kills itself because it's too hot. If it's too cold, the yeast gets lethargic and just doesn't want to eat the sugar. So the whole thing about making wine or making beer is making sure that you keep the yeast at the right temperature all the time. And so when it's made in barrels, in steel barrels, they actually have insulation on them and they can be refrigerated or heated as is needed to make sure the yeast is continually doing its job. This is a wheat beer. Now this is made from wheat. Most others are made from hops or have hops introduced. Normally with a wheat beer they don't introduce the hops, which is a grain from the vine. And so it's quite a light beer. And we're going to start off with a very light beer and then work our way to much heavier beers, because what we don't want to do is ruin our taste buds to begin with and then have to work towards that at this stage. So a lovely wheat beer, and wheat beer has a flavour. Its flavour notes are vanilla and banana. And also cloves, you can get that as well. So you should be able to taste those with your fabulous palate.
I wish you guys could see the camera's face right now. The cameraman's face right now is so excited. I wish you could see his face.
Do you love me, Taz? Do you love me?
So wheat beer. Now what we're going to do is pair that once again, and it's really strange to pair chocolate with beer, but it does work. The whole idea again of taste the beer first, then try the chocolate, and then taste the beer again. Make sure you leave the chocolate in your mouth for a long time so it has a chance to warm up and develop the flavours. Now this, as I said, wheat beer should have banana and vanilla as some of its base notes. So what we've done is we've paired it to begin with a vanilla chocolate here. And so you should get like-for-like flavours there. What I also have done, so as I go, I like people to do 1.5 chocolates because I'm stupid. The next one here is the lemon chocolate, which you guys have already had with your wine. So half the lemon chocolate, also with the wheat beer, to see what that does to those vanilla banana notes and see how it interacts with those. Okay, so people, the camera may stop for a second.
Yeah.
It's pressure.
Are you thirsty now?
Are you thirsty?
Are you thirsty now?
I'm always thirsty. Especially when
Our beer is always
So-
thirsty.
Taz, you have to get yourself on camera.
No, I don't want
All right, guys, do you like it? So
Yes.
That was
With the
really
chocolate
good.
that
we
had,
can just
because I
go
have
for
to
the
do
second
now
one.
you're going to
I can start. Keep on drinking.
Of course. We are ready to try the second wine, which is the Gelosa Frizzante. As the Argentina, the Gelosa, it was used as a blend. But then the Delicata, they made it Frizzante, so with the bubble, to make like more body, okay? We are going to try with two different pralines. We are going to try first, you wait, yes. We are,
She's just smelling it at the moment.
we are going to try with the coconut, and also we are going to try with the strawberry, okay? Both of them, they are working perfectly with this wine. You have like a little bit of water between one chocolate and another, and one wine and another. Just drink a little bit, just to rinse your mouth a little bit. Both of them, they are working perfectly with the wine. But one is enhancing, is the chocolate which is enhancing the wine. The other way is actually the one which is enhancing the chocolate. You will tell me which is which, based on your experience. We can start.
So we start
So
by
which-
taking
Yes.
this,
Which
yeah?
is the chocolate that we're going to
The
use?
yellow and the
strawberry.
and the strawberry. Yes.
The yellow and the red.
So first,
First we have to drink a little bit of wine.
Yes, and then a bite of the chocolate, keep in your mouth just to spread the
that's a
chocolate,
weak-
and then again another bite.
It's very nice actually.
It's very light.
I love the taste of it. My
Yeah, this is
goodness.
one of those sort of ones that you could just
I'm gonna go for the
drink
yellow.
quite a lot
so
of.
This
different.
I find the same with
tastes
Skull. I
lovely.
don't mind Skull.
My
It's
opinion.
very
I,
simple beer.
I stopped
This is the
drinking
favorite
Skull
from
because I think
customer.
it's too
This is one of
carbonated.
the favorites from
Way
customer.
too-
Nothing in it, so I love
But then it
it.
has that very distinct taste.
Bubbly.
But then now I go on to the XL
It is
rather
very
than
fresh.
Skull.
You can
No,
just line by the
the
food with a
XL
bottle
rather
of
than the normal
Gelosa
taste. Because they're
and
both nice, but I
a
think
box of
with
strawberry
Skull I
candy.
used to drink a lot of Skull. but there's just way too many carbs.
Very dangerous.
So not carbonated, but carbohydrates.
Yeah, a lot of carbs. Very much. But then same thing with the chest. The chest is exceptionally well rounded for a Maltese production. Yeah, you can just drink it and drink it and drink it. Yeah. But again, without being, if you're not going to drink the XL and you're drinking the chest normal, then it's very weighty. I mean, this is one of those ones that you could literally just.
I want this one.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
And then when you have it explained,
The beautiful the combination with it and the lemon. The lemon was one of the best ones because actually it's giving the long-lasting sensation to the beer.
You do get very
Refreshing.
I'm going to tell you, even though you're not drinking, I'm going to tell you the wrap this way. So this is Maltese wine, Fastens, the Maltese brewer.
Really good.
And this one is the amber ale. So
It takes a longer time, but
it's a
then
bit
it's
stronger than your normal, and you can
but
see it's got a little darker there.
The chocolate.
The amber ale normally has slightly more hops.
It keeps like.
let's try the
And
other one.
hops is what makes a beer bitter.
A little bit of
So this will
water.
be slightly more bitter.
I'm checking you.
So if you have some
The one
Yes,
next to it.
yes, the one next to it, both of them. But before, wait.
Sorry, I cannot help
Don't
you.
got me too excited.
I cannot wait. I need this.
Calm down.
Calm down.
We are already drunk.
Everybody said go. Now, very important. He's laughing.
No, I'm just waiting. Because if I look at it, I'm gonna take it. Please drunk.
Now, before you try the chocolate, I want you to feel the wine with your nose and tell me what you feel inside. Which fruit?
Can you? If you don't feel it, you have corona, okay? So try to say
Which-
something, please.
All right.
I can smell honey.
Fruit. Which fruit?
He turned violet.
He's having fun.
Oh my god.
Pear? Pear? It could be, but there is one which is really strong.
That's the best one liner ever.
It's a dry and it's a yellow fruit.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
After you smell now, please drink a little bit and try to tell me which fruit you feel out of the tasting.
Tangerine.
Clear, I don't know why.
I smell like some kind of orangey thing.
No, I cannot taste it. I need to have more. Can you give me more so I can give you the answer?
Look how cheeky we
I give you because it needs more evaluation, you know. I really still can't taste it.
I think we can't smell it.
I can't. No, I can't.
Oh, but if I'm saying mango,
Mango?
Mm.
Kind of. Yes.
I'll let you know
Say that.
later.
There is the mic. Just the mic.
Later.
At the end of
if I'm saying banana,
No. I don't smell banana.
Smell Corona.
No.
Yes.
I can smell something.
No,
so it's good.
Oh my god, this must
But I
be.
can
There is.
smell.
No,
but
no,
I
no,
can-
no, no.
I don't smell banana in it.
No, no, no.
This is my favorite
taste.
pairing whatsoever. This with the try with the dry apricot, people.
Can you try it?
Oh my goodness, that is
but
like the best.
we are talking about dried fruit. Okay, we are talking about mango, banana, or apricot, but dry. This is like jam, dry fruit.
Oh my goodness, this is delicious.
You like that?
With the dry apricot,
Yeah. The great thing
It's
about
like-
this wine is if you really like this wine, you can't get it. It's not for sale in the shops.
No?
That's a good thing about it.
That's good.
What is good about that?
I know it's not.
We need a bottle to try it.
oh my goodness.
But
The
it's
wine-
nice,
This is
eh?
my favorite pairing so far.
It's a
It
Moscato
goes
wine.
down so easy.
They only make about 10,000 bottles a year, so they don't sell it to the
Nice,
public.
eh?
They only sell it to restaurants.
That's
So
not
you
fair.
may find it at a restaurant. So if you see this, which is the delicate Moscato, if you
Oh
see it
my
at a restaurant,
Hot.
to have it with
Please
dessert
smell it.
as a pairing there would be lovely.
This is my favorite pairing.
Have you tried it?
Definitely.
Bring
Try
a
this.
little bit of water.
I'm good.
Water before?
I
Okay.
don't want. I
No,
don't
but
want.
try it.
Otherwise
No,
you
no,
will have the
sure.
contamination.
I take your word for it.
This is a good episode.
Okay, so this one has to live up to it. Let's see.
Next time we're going to go to the National Bank of Malta to taste money.
After a hard day, with
Sorry,
really
sorry.
good that lava.
So we can taste money. Ooh, this one is not papery enough. Ooh, can I take another batch of 50s just to see?
Try the next one next to it.
I'm not sure.
Absolutely, darling.
These ones either. Can I see the 500s again?
You remember when I was talking about the season?
Oh my god. This previous stout, to make it carbonated, they pushed carbon dioxide through it. With Guinness, what they do is put is nitrogen oxide in it instead. And so what happens is it's much smaller bubbles, and so you get this creamier finish on there, and that's why you get that creamy finish instead of the big bubbles because of that. The other thing they do in Guinness is, I don't know whether you can hear it, is there's a little widget, they call it a widget, inside. Here it says, unfortunately, it's turning around. You can hear that. Now what the widget is, it's a little round ball. It's a little round ball and it has a little air hole in it, just a little hole in it.
In the can?
And when they pressurise the can, they also, the little ball gets nitrogen in it
Okay.
and a little bit of beer in there as well. And when you open the can, what happens is very quickly the nitrogen comes out and equals the pressurisation with the room. But this little ball also has to equalise pressure. So what it does is it pushes the nitrogen and the beer out of the little ball into the beer. And what it does, it makes the beer taste like it's come off a draft. So rather than tasting like a canned beer, it tastes like it's just been drafted because it pushes through the beer and creates all those bubbles and that creaminess that you get in Guinness. So anything that has a noise like that normally means it's a nitrogen-based air, and it is there specifically to make it creamy. Now I've been rattling this all over the place, so if it goes on. Oh, the other thing, you know when people, you know when you think it's going to go and you tap it like that? It's not the right thing. Tap on the side. That's what stops. See, this man is a big alcohol. No, he's a big alcoholic.
He's an alcoholic, alright.
You got your numbers, Hasding.
Caught you out.
Sorry about that.
It was bound to come out at some point.
And so you can see with this, you'll see that it's got a very, very smooth, it'll grow ahead here, it's got a very, very smooth finish on top. And you can see that the whole thing looks quite creamy here.
Yeah.
And what
The
will happen
bubbles
is
are
that
way
all these
smaller,
nitrogen, these small bubbles are in there. They're going to rise up and give him a lovely head on top. And this will, as this is not, you can't drink this. You know, if you're a Guinness aficionado, you can't start drinking your Guinness until it's solid black and it's cleared and everything's settled up there.
It's like a Guinness
Now this has a really
that forces
unique taste to it, a really strong taste to it. And we picked, which chocolate is this? This is the
That's the coffee.
This is coffee, milk
this is
coffee.
the milk
My
coffee.
favorite in the whole world.
You got the dark one.
So we could have tried this with something very different because these are going to be very strong flavours and very strong flavours. So we've got the milk coffee and we've also got the hazelnut praline there, the dark chocolate hazelnut praline. Both very strong flavours in their own right because I think it's the only thing that you can really pair with Guinness and still be able to maybe taste something because Guinness itself has such a strong flavour. So I'm going to leave the can here as well so that if you finish that, you can always top yourself up. Enjoy.
He's happy.
I won't waste any, don't worry.
My cheeks went
If
in.
anyone is interested in
So
taking
the
you
first
out on
one
a
is
special
definitely
date,
better. The apricot one is definitely better than this.
You know what I actually
Because
love?
this one just kept on like
The strawberry one. I mean,
But
this one is to die
it's a lot.
but it's a bit crunch.
Huh? It's to die for the strawberry.
You like more the strawberry?
I am not a strawberry girl, but I love this. The coconut one is amazing.
It's amazing.
But
The coconut will explode in your mouth. I felt.
Which one, in your opinion, is enhancing the wine?
definitely I'm taking the coconut for home.
This one is enhancing the wine, and that's enhancing chocolate. That's how I am tasting
I
it.
did the coconut.
Bravo.
This one is
No,
enhancing.
this
Bravo. Bravo. Exactly.
It makes the wine taste better.
The coconut.
Yes.
You know also why? It's like season. With the strawberry it's summer, straight away.
Okay.
And with the coconut it's like a little bit autumn. Because it's making like soft
Yes.
after. Like
that. That's really cool. I like how they're explained. That's perfect. I like that because summer is like in your face and autumn is gentle.
Why I think
It's a perfect explanation.
Later on this year, I launched my merchandise.
My goodness.
Well.
My
well.
goodness.
Well, I would
Well,
say it's
well.
about time.
It's about time. And I want you to model.
Oh
Okay,
my
but
god.
after this chocolate thing, it's
I
dying.
really want this.
We're gonna have a photo shoot, we're gonna have an advert, so
Okay.
Yes, that's amazing. Thank you.
Tom.
Funny.
no, I want you as you are because you're beautiful.
Yes, that's it. That's what I like. A woman is beautiful the way she is. Any age, any size, she is beautiful. You are amazing. Look at your face,
So
darling.
girls and guys and everyone watching my episode, meet my first models. Not you, Stefan. Meet my first models.
Stefan, not yet.
My time will
Okay, Stefan,
My time will come.
and obviously my photographer.
Do I have chocolate on my teeth?
They will be
Thank you very much.
doing the photo shoots and the campaign for something we shot a bit weeks ago, I guess, because we've been filming and I lost count of the days. Weeks ago, I'm not gonna reveal just yet what they're gonna be modeling, so they have to wait and see as well.
Now you're making me nervous.
I love
I'm
this.
so
It's
excited
so
for this. It's like
great.
about
Time.
time. I love you. Well done.
My goodness.
Well done. I want to do you proud. Thank you so much.
So amazing. Opportunities, they come from nowhere sometimes. Yes, it's amazing.
And
wow.
I love working with positive people. I mean,
Yes, we are.
if you are the most talented person and you are the most negative person, by
Yes,
far,
it's
you're
useless.
out the door.
It's useless.
You're out the door.
Oh,
That's what I told
right, I am.
you. You
I
have
love-
something, and I love it too. And even yourself.
She's amazing. I love
You
her. I
see,
love the way she talks.
both you girls
She's
smile
amazing.
with your eyes.
Oh, with smiles.
You smile.
Let's see how it goes.
And I get drunk easily with Moscato. So.
We're in trouble.
So you're skipping this one, yeah?
You got it. Yes.
Will you be
We're driving
Okay.
back.
I don't know. So when I stand up, I will see how I will walk.
If anything, we'll just
You
have
see
a
my
little
shoes.
Yes,
Emma.
a coffee. Yes.
vegan coffee.
I'm trying not to drink it.
My heels, and
Love it.
You walk
I
amazing on it. I'm
But not
impressed
after.
how you walk on those heels.
But not after
I can't offer you to change shoes because my size would be like.
Oh, and those heels
What
are
are you?
amazing. I have high heels.
Yeah, so
Yeah, exactly.
How's
last one, guys.
Exactly.
How's the wine? How's the
Guys,
wine?
the
Nice.
last explanation for the red wine, okay? And then, like, I will leave you, and you can just still like
Just
keep
taste on
keep
your lips.
drinking, and then just discuss whatever like related to the wine. It's very important to know. As a sommelier, I wouldn't pair red wine with chocolate. I wouldn't pair red wine with almost nothing. Okay? Why? Do you remember when I start to say the strawberry and the champagne with a lot of salivation? Now with the red wine is exactly the opposite. When we talk about red wine, when you drink a red wine and you have the sensation of your tongue completely dry. Have you had the sensation then? Like you dry and
Quite
you
few times
drink
this
and
week,
then the tongue is completely dry. Okay? Dark chocolate contain a lot of tannin as well. So champagne and strawberry, red wine and dark chocolate. But in saying that, okay, our chili truffle is very well balanced. And like the feeling, the ganache inside is giving like a really, really pleasant sensation in your mouth with this wine. Okay? So, in saying that, thank you for being with us. and enjoy the last one.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
That one is crunch, and then this is the dark cheese. This is very spicy.
Do we have to
This is
find
very
one?
dry.
It's refreshing. I love it.
Hi guys, so that concludes another episode of The Real World of the Clintess. Sorry if I'm a little bit tipsy, but you can't help obviously with all these amazing wines that we've tasted and these amazing delicacies regarding chocolate. I truly encourage you to come here
amazing,
and experience
amazing.
this pairing of chocolates and wine, pairing of chocolate and beer here at the Malta Chocolate Factory in Gudja. They have such an amazing place, and it's literally it's a one-stop shop where you can buy all these amazing gifts for your loved ones and also for yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It was nice catching up with two darling friends of mine, Bernice and Ethne, and also we revealed that they're gonna be modeling some of
I'm
my
looking so
merchandise,
forward.
which is coming out later
Amazing.
on this year. And yes, Stefan is gonna be the photographer. Hello, Stefan. Hello. But do you know what we'll be doing up next? So you have to see the next episodes of The Real World of the Clintess. Thank you so much. Coming up next on The Real World of the Clintess. All my fans,
Cut off some skin, okay?
no, she's a hopeless cook.
Okay, so you will leave on the tray. Just let's pretend when you.
So I want to taste these.
Mine is beyond taste. I crushed it literally.
That's like the health authority.
Okay, right, I give up. I'm not gonna be a chocolatier, so. I broke one.
Pay me, and I'll cook for you. Hopefully I won't kill you. Not create chocolate balls. Maybe we'll do like a little bit of